we're all just kind of jumping into this. Oh, hold up, getting that.
No.
Hold on. No, sir.
This VIP, sir. This VIP. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. No, it's not. It's not open yet.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
Yep. Something like that.
See, man, this is the sneak peek, the exclusive. People are asking if we're open already. What's up, babe?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to Elev8 Cannabis. We're about to get elevated.
Hold on, we gotta check about
Medicate,
Hey, that's smooth.
Medicate, recreate, elevate.
Elevate.
You gotta check out the shoes though. People, you gotta respect the shoes.
Oh, man.
You got the shoe, the swag is on point.
Right now.
The swag.
Hey, look.
Man, we still fixing it up. We got the display cases up. We got some of the shelves. We got more coming up. We got the fridge. We got just a whole bunch of stuff.
You got work, which means business again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, man. Dude, this you guys all going to be a part of the history of this, right? You can say you remember seeing that place like built right here.
People, I'm a historian. I touch hands with history. You know his story. 21, 3 from Nigeria, Chicago, Texas. You got to know them.
Yeah, for sure. Man. So y'all more than happy to just grab a seat right here.
So I'm gonna go grab this setup so we can like have it where everybody can be seen. You know what I mean? So you put it in a thing.
Dope. I was gonna hey,
I'm
pretty rookie with this. So hey, he's gonna put it up here. I was gonna put it on this barrel right here.
So they can have the full on respect
So
for you in the place.
Yeah.
when we get back to it, Charlie's gonna do the whole cool setup and everything. So let's go into setting it up right here. And when Charlie gets back, we'll get 10 times more professional. So, yeah.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Hey. So,
you're not even in it.
you guys know who I'm cool with it, bro. We do the lean in and take turns until Charlie gets everything all good. But, yeah. Charlie can park right there.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure out parking over here. We're in Eugene where, you know, we're not quite in Seattle where everything's $5 to park, but it's pretty bad out here. You know, you got your 2-hour parking and your paid parking everywhere. It's downtown, whatever. Anyways, so today we got Seun, right? Seun. So he's gonna introduce himself real quick. All right. So you take it over real quick.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Seun Adedeji. I'm the founder and CEO of Elev8 Cannabis. I met Kevin at Art of War, where we did MMA together. Kevin is a stone cold killer. He's hard-headed, y'all. Like, when I say this man does not know how to give up, he does not know how to give up. And I remember when we were in practice, I had some pink shoes on. And Kevin looked at me. He was like, he got some pink shoes on, and he thought I was a bitch. Essentially, so he just thought he was just going to run through me. And, I dress pretty nice. And so people, like, they're fooled by that. But there's nothing soft about me, as Kevin learned. He was like, "Damn, dog, I thought you was soft, man."
And right after that, I went and got myself some nice pink shoes. I didn't know he came from an MMA background, right? So he had this, and he had that wrestling, and I'm gonna go let him. But he had all this stuff, and but we went. And holy shit, where did he come from, man? This dude just showed up and chiseled by the gods and fucking ready to go. Like,
yeah.
Lucky. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we gotta go let Charlie back in. Who remembers Charlie from yesterday? We're back in, and he's gonna make this a little more professional. So, man, we got these rounds with Seun, and we're going. And man, this guy was the first person that matched my intensity in a while, man. Like, I mean, everybody trains hard, but I run with a certain pace. Yeah. And this guy met it right there, and I'm like, oh my god, damn.
I think because of the way I dress, a lot of people, and because I'm a nice guy, so they think I'm soft. So until I start throwing those hands, now I'm playing with you. But it was great. It was great. Me and Kevin had fun. We built a really great relationship. I support Kevin in his endeavors. As you guys see, he supports me in my endeavors. And that's why he has me on his show today, which I truly do appreciate. Man. So thank you for having me.
Hey, you're our first guest for our first show. We don't even have a name for this show, but guess what? we got a guest today, and we got a studio today. We got like professionals working with us. Well, Charlie's gonna come in and bring in the lighting. We're gonna be a little bit more professional. So
exactly.
Like you get to see this building on my phone with all this and like building up and turning into something new. You're seeing this podcast grow too. So we're both in like a real building stage right now, right?
Absolutely.
And everybody gets to see it. I love that. I like people being transparent, and I like because like you were saying with those fighters, like, dude, I like to dress nice too. A lot of fighters like to dress nice, look good. Like we're business, we're entertainers and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
And a lot of fighters, man, like you wouldn't guess that they were fighters until they're unleashing a can of whoop ass on you, or they got these cauliflower ears. These things keep me safe.
Hey, I don't have those, so when people see me, they're just like, I don't look like a fighter. I'm a lover though. I'm a lover, straight lover.
Hey.
Go ahead. So we're gonna transition.
What up, Crystal? Hey.
Just keep going.
No, we're gonna keep this going. Hey, Charlie, back in it. If you've been watching, you know Charlie's. Hey, Crystal says, "Hey, Charlie." She's coming in there. All right.
Cool, we in there.
We're on a tripod now. Look at this. We just got 10 times more official than we were.
Turn it like sideways.
Oh, we can't go sideways. So. Oh, just
Can you go sideways? You sure you can? I think you can record sideways.
On live, it doesn't rotate. Guys,
that
I know
can
if
turn?
on live,
That
this
should
is what.
turn,
Oh, but now you got to turn your phone. So you know what?
But I think everybody has to turn their phone then.
Rotate. You can't turn phone while live.
Okay.
I'm right, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
you
right.
good.
Hey, look at that.
We
That
going
just
for it.
confirmed it.
So do you get me the stance? I got you. You guys tell me where you guys want it to be, and I got you.
Boom, we're gonna be right over
there.
there.
I'll
We'll
see
scoot
you.
back a little bit.
We scoot back
We'll make
and
room for
everybody.
Charlie.
Charlie, come on in.
I think all of us got loud enough voices where this will be okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, we're going into so we were going into that about the fight and stuff. And Sean, you were a really good fighter. Shay, you were a really I have to say I've been saying this wrong for a long time. So I need to, and we're correcting it, and I'm gonna build that into my vocabulary. So we all know it. But anyways, you were a good fighter. You're a very athletic body. Right, like you went in, you fought, you had really good success. You kicked the dude in the head when he was down on all the ground, and he was done anyways. So he quit. They gave him a chance out, and he took it and got the win. He kicked somebody while he was down on the ground on all fours.
His hands were standing up.
A little too early. And so the guy got offered an opportunity to quit the fight and get the win. And that's what he did.
So y'all see my record. It's not there's a lot of controversy, but it's all good. It was great.
But you were doing all that, and you could have been a professional and easily had a very successful professional career. But also while a lot of fighters are juggling a lot of things, you were juggling you were juggling that and running a business that's growing extremely fast. What was that like? I mean, what was that like for you?
I think MMA gave me a family. It gave me a brotherhood. I think my business, being a business owner, is a lonely journey because not everybody's on the same wavelength or the same mindset or could understand your struggles. So I think MMA was my safe haven. MMA was where I could go. I could be a regular guy. I could just sit there, kicking shits and talk to people that we had similarities,
The common goal of training, the common goal of meeting in the battle, you guys can feed off.
Like we were warriors,
Hell yeah.
We were warriors.
But you look at each other.
We whoop each other's asses and love each other.
And you know what I mean?
We friends still.
So I think that that's what MMA was for me. It was my getaway. Some people play video games. Some people love jogging. MMA was my motherfucking medication. You get what
Not
I'm saying?
pussy, not money.
Fighters understand that.
MMA was my medication. It was my escape. To just go out, beat some ass, get a hard work in. We shout out to Jason, the coach of Art of War. Jason, super amazing coach. If you guys are ever in Eugene, Oregon, and you need to, just elevate your MMA skills,
Y'all heard I put his business in there.
Definitely check out Art of War. It was an amazing gym. I built great friendship, great brotherhoods. But going back to my business, man, I would say I started my shop at the age of 23. So I was 23. I only had $50,000. So I was underfunded in a highly regulated industry. where I took my MMA mentality of not giving up and hustling, and just took it into my business life, where I started off. I was an underdog in MMA. You see a lot of underdogs, and they just don't know how to quit. You know, I saw myself as the underdog in the business world. And in MMA, when you get knocked down, you have two options. Is either you get back up or you stay down. And in business, I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna swing even harder. And what I did was I just applied myself. I learned about, you know, the industry. I learned about, you know, everything I needed to learn to make my business what it is today. Now we're a multi-state operator. We have shops in the East Coast. We have
you're the youngest African American multi-state owner, right?
So I'm the youngest African American.
Snoop Dogg shared that.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Y'all heard that? The OG himself. So, you know, I became the youngest African American cannabis retail business owner, and now we're a multi-state operator. So we have locations in Massachusetts, which is in the East Coast. We also have locations here in Eugene, Oregon, that we're about to open next month. So
that's where we're filming right now.
We're filming here right now. We'd love for you guys to come out, support us. And just come get elevated, whether you need to recreate, medicate, or just elevate. We're more than happy to take care of your needs. We also have shops coming live in Chicago and Michigan. We have some licensing agreements there. But right now, you know, Eugene is home. This is my first place that gave me the opportunity to open my business. So I love the community. I love Eugene, and I'm excited for us to reopen our shop.
So I got some questions for you.
Yeah.
Now we ain't dived into his background. We talking business, but what got the man to where he's at today? That's the shit we want to talk about. So I heard you were from Nigeria.
Yeah.
From 3 years old, you went from Nigeria to Chicago.
Yeah.
Grew up a little bit there, and then moved to Texas and grew up the rest of your time there. Can you explain that transition from Nigeria to U.S.?
That's where that fight
Chicago.
came from.
Go ahead, let me know. Talk about it. They want to know.
Yeah, so, you know, growing up, I grew up in poverty, you know what I mean? So I saw a lot of hardship growing up. And when I moved to Chicago, Illinois, I was a kid. I'm from Nigeria, so I had a thick accent, right? So imagine you got a thick accent, so I stood out. It was hard to understand me. So, you know, I got picked on as a kid, you know, and because of the accent. But once I started wrestling, I became a state champ wrestler in Chicago.
You wrestled and respected them.
Yeah, so when I got wrestling and I went to state for track, all the kids, I became popular overnight. But before that, I was beating the shit out of people. So like I was beating the shit out of people. Like when they picked on me, I started, you know, I would cry and I was like, ah, and I would just start hitting people. So, you know, for me, you know, I was a really angry kid because, you know, coming from not so holistic home, and coming from, you know, a place where, you know, you just had hardship, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you have to grind. I was a kid selling gum and candy.
Doing what
I was like,
I want to eat.
Right? It was like, bro, I know you like Alexis, your breast thing. I got you some gum, bro. I got you some gum, bro. Go ahead, pay me $3. So I was that kid that was just always hustling and just selling gum candy. I upgraded to weed. I got arrested at the age of 13.
There we go. Tell all about it.
Yeah.
Hey, now he's making money with it.
Struggle.
Also, real quick, Jessica
located
on Oak Street. Real quick, tell these people real quick. That was one of the questions.
Yeah. So we're on 1409 Oak Street. So recently we bought Frequent Vibrations. They used to be here. We bought them about 8 to so months ago. So we're about to reopen next month. We're doing soft openings so we can get all our, you know, kinks and tweaks all fixed, and we're doing our grand opening the following month on the 7th. So March 7th is our grand opening. We're gonna have barbecue, we're gonna have live music, we're gonna get the community involved, and we'll love to see everybody come out, recreate, medicate, and elevate.
Bro, and that's from the guy. So you went from selling weed to like live.
No, he went from bubble gum, selling weed,
to selling weed. Now he's right here in Eugene putting it out for free. Oh damn! Putting out these barbecues that sell weed.
Come here, man. We gotta get you up close real quick. I got this. People, this is real. I gotta bring it close to y'all. This is a real question, y'all.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, people, this man grew up smart. You got minds. He went to school, got some scholarships. You know what some BS is? Got scholarship, can't use them. They turned him down from his scholarship. Tell him about how you were smart enough to have scholarships, and they took that from you. So you had to find another way. You didn't give up. You found another way. Tell him about that.
Yeah, so, you know, when I came to the United States at the age of 3, I came in, but I came in illegally, so I was not documented. I was one of the DECA child, so the dreamers, right, the Obama passed. And when I did that, you know, I was always hustling, you know. So when I got scholarships to go wrestle, I couldn't take it because I did not have a Social Security, really.
He can put him on the mat. He can lay him on the mat, but you can't put him in the school. That's something.
So I didn't have that, and you know, now I'm legal, y'all. I got a green card. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Police, he good.
I'm good. Don't come. But you know that struggle was real. So I remember in high school, I thought my life was over, but I didn't let that affect me. I got like I got 3 jobs. I started going to a community college. I started learning. I was the kid that, you know, went to the university. I threw parties, and all the university kids from like local university will always come to my party. So I was able to buy my first car.
Yeah.
I was making more money than
self-hustle.
Like, you know what I mean? I was self-hustling. I made, you know, when there's no way, you gotta make a way. And in life, nothing is ever given. Everything is taken. So in my mindset is, nobody's gonna give me shit. I don't expect shit from nobody, but I'm gonna take that shit.
What he's saying is, if you see the opportunity, you take the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And he did that.
And that's what I did.
Hey, that's dope city.
Yeah.
And we want to touch up on another thing, y'all. This dude right here just got done signing a multi-million-dollar deal. I don't know if I can talk about it, but it's multi. You want to talk about that?
So you know, when we went to Massachusetts, you know, the biggest thing you need in the cannabis industry is money, right? It's still federally illegal. You got something called 280E. Can't work with the banks. And for us, in order to really fuel our expansion, we needed money, right? So a lot of times people think you need money, but I think you don't need money, you need a better plan, right? To get the money, right?
I like that.
So I think a lot of people don't plan correctly, so they fail. So what I did was I understand the laws associated to obtaining a license in Massachusetts. I went there and I bought property. I did property acquisition. I got all my property zoned correctly. Once I did that, I knew investors because the state is a limited license state.
Right.
So basically, I enticed investors and say, hey, there's only 38 that was given out, and I own 3 of the licenses. It would make sense for you to give me money.
And let's run it by something real quick that he ain't talking about, people. You have to have people skills. You have to have people skills.
Yeah.
He knew a person that pushed him to another place where there was investors, and they came at it with a business plan to these investors and did what they supposed to do. So it takes other people. It's not always one person. It's always somebody there to push you to your dreams, push you to your goals. But you got to see talent. You got to see brain, and his friend did that. And he did that for his friend. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, shout out to my friends. You know, Tito Jackson, amazing dude. He was an ex-city councilor in Boston. I saw the opportunity, believed in me, and he didn't get me the money, but he opened the door. He got me to the door, and I opened that shit and I crushed it. So
basically, he believed that he could open that door even bigger. That's what he did.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. So I appreciate that.
That's dope city.
Yeah.
And I have one more. I have another question. There's multi-questions that we'll let you get back to. Do you have anyone? You go first. I just got one serious.
No, bro.
Yeah.
People, this dude right here.
Yeah.
He done hired all black folks on the crew. The elected crew is all black. You want to talk about the idea behind that? What was the idea to be like, I want to help all black? Let's go.
Let me say this, right? I believe in treating everyone like gold. So I refrained with my suggestion of all black crew because it didn't match with what I really truly believe internally. And you know, I got white friends, Asian friends, I got blue friends, green friends. I don't give a fuck who you are. I got ginger friends. So for me, you know, my philosophy is treat everyone like gold. So I don't base, you know, who we bring on based on their skin color or I based on can you do the fucking job? Like, bro, can you do the job? Are you able to, you know, do you believe in our culture tenet? Do you believe in what we stand for, and that's what I base my decision on bringing people on. So it's not an all black crew. I did make that statement. I retracted on that statement.
I'm sorry, people. Should know my notes.
No, it's all good. No, I need to clarify that. You know, yeah, absolutely.
We go through these experiences and learn.
Yeah, it was just like I said. You know, my philosophy is treat everyone like gold. We got a campaign where the homeless. It doesn't matter who you are. I think everybody needs to be treated with respect and dignity. And that's just my belief.
I think we can all get behind that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get behind that.
Yeah.
And I got another last question for you guys. People, because it's very important. You met the man, you've heard the man, you definitely met his peoples. His peoples, man, got his back. This is why it's all done. Now, our next question, is there places we can see you, like on Instagram? Is there a website? Can you give the people more outlets to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the best time.
Yeah, so check this out at Elev8Cannabis.com. It's ELEV8 Cannabis, CANNABIS.com. You can also follow me on all social media platform at Cannabis, CANNBAYISE.
Yeah, hey, and I'll go through at the end of these and put this in the comments. So if you want it, you gotta go in the comments and might put it on Instagram, might put it on Facebook, you know, but it's gonna be there. We'll shout Seun out. And
now let's get the name right. Can you say it to people? Because people say Sean, we don't want to disrespect your name.
Yeah,
you have a God-given name.
It's Shay Woon. So Shay Woon. So SHAY-UN, or you can say SHAY-WOOUN.
Whatever makes you sound, you can pronounce it right, people.
Yeah, so and it's Cannabis, so I just changed this shit, by the way. CANNBIYESI. So it's CANNABIYESI. So, you know, you guys can follow me on all social media platforms and follow us on Elev8 Cannabis at Elev8 Cannabis on all social media platforms, and it's spelled ELEV8 Cannabis.
And people, mind you, Elev8 fits perfect for downtown. We here to elevate downtown, elevate the city. Of course, we want to have elevation around, baby. Go ahead and let them know.
Absolutely.
It's all you, baby.
Real quick,
That's all you.
So I'm gonna turn this a little bit over this way. Hey guys, we're gonna get real professional with this. But no, I want to go back to like the fighting, right? So Sean, you were like,
Seun.
It's gonna take a minute, but you were good and like professional. You had gifts. You have gifts. I hate even saying had, right?
Yeah.
So, but one of the things that I saw that it was like a real draw, like, whoa, that was a big sacrifice, is when you had to step back from fighting to go full board into this business. I remember you had texted me, and you know, like I was a little sad because man, you were one of my favorite teammates to go with, man. I remember we had some of the best rounds, some of the best like the best goes, man, and we just linked so well. Kind of like, you know, we were talking yesterday. We all like kind of find that people we link with. I linked with Seun right away, and you know, like so. But I was also like, it takes such a strength, such a hard part to say, okay, this sport that I know I could do in, and it's got such an attach at us, and we identify as these fighters, right? Like, I'm gonna step out of that and go full into business. I've seen a lot of people dabble and like be business owners and be fighters, but none of them were trying to do the same objective you had. You were like chasing it hard in Elev8, and I remember just being like, whoa, what was it like? Like, what was that like kind of hardship like where you had to like leave one to get to the new, you know, that balance?
Yeah, look, y'all, it was not easy because I identified myself as an MMA fighter. I built a whole family, right? I built a whole connection, a whole team by identifying myself as an MMA fighter. So, you know, initially it was not an easy decision for me, but I knew in order for me to elevate, I needed to pick one. You can't, you know, I see a lot of people where I can't be 1 foot out, 1 foot in. I don't think that I could be good, but I could not be great. I had to decide what I wanted to do and really funnel all my energy and my time and my effort into that craft to make it great, because I was already good at MMA, I was good at business, but imagine if I took
full focus
and just penetrate and just say, you like tunnel vision. And if I was already good, imagine me being tunnel focused, tunnel vision, I could have been great.
Putting that
just
full
and just
base
like
of water.
He basically
Yeah.
turned the mat into sound and your vision into business.
Exactly.
Like basically, you're like, I can't look at MMA, but I can hear it. But I'm
Exactly.
going to focus on this.
Exactly, and one of the
Right.
ways I wanted to, support, like, my goal is to support as many fighters as possible is by, seeing how I can, sponsor them and doing different things like that. I know I have not been doing that on a mastery level because I've been so focused on getting our stores open and making sure that it's open. We're doing great. I know we're going to do great, so that's what I've been focused on. But in the MMA community has a big spot in my heart. And as a wrestler, as an MMA fighter, I'm always supporting.
Yeah, and so like one of the things too is like, I know you're not just, you had like another business that was kind of going, and you were working with business partners, and this is in the midst of handling being a fighter. People, I don't know if you understand, being a fighter takes up time and so much energy. You go home and to be a pro when you're training hard and all that, you want to like go home and rest. You don't want to go home, run a business, deal with somebody, talk to 100 people, and then also go and like run 2 businesses. You were running that app with somebody else, and then something happened. What like you and that business partner went separate ways, and
yeah.
So like you had to deal with a new obstacle. So you're dealing with multiple things on big platforms, on like on juggling. How like what kind of went with that happen?
Mentality level, like,
Like in business, when you have a business partner, you got to make sure that their vision and their mission and their morals aligns with yours. It's okay to have different views, but it's not okay to agree to disagree. It's okay to agree to understand.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of people just say okay, and they're bitter within, and sometimes that over time it accumulates and you just explode. So I think me and my business partners, I wish him all the best. I just felt like we outgrew each other, right? Our morals and my foundation and his morals, we just didn't align. So he still owns that business. I sold all my equity in that business. I didn't want it because it was not something that I believed in that matched up with my morals. So I had to let that go. I own my business, Elev8 Cannabis, which we're here. And I'm happy, and I have the right people on the team, and I have a great team.
Well, when that happened though, did you feel like, okay, now I'm not putting water to 4 things, I'm putting water to less things, and so more water to each thing, kind of, did you feel like you could focus on the other things a lot better and it was a lot smoother, helped out, or, like, what was your, like, getting over it? Did it make you better?
I think it taught me a lot of lessons. Just like anything else, it gave me the ability to kind of self-reflect. So I do a lot of meditation and self-reflection. So that's what it did for me. Losing a business partner that you invested time and effort into, it's just like being in a relationship, being in a marriage, honestly. It hurts. So I couldn't say that it was just like, oh, I was okay, blah, blah, blah. It definitely hurt. But just like anything, you heal and you learn and you grow and you adapt. So that's what it was for me.
So shortly after that, and after I'd seen all this stuff about you leaving fighting, I've seen like you were doing this guy was doing like meetings with governors and having his daughter in the office with the governor. Bro, his daughter's like
take more company.
Oh, this guy's like a CEO. How old's your daughter?
She's 3 now. She's 3.
Man, tell them about that real quick. Tell everybody like.
Yeah, so I love kids. My daughter changed my life forever. So she's like, I got mad respect for women. I think they could, if you want to succeed, have a great woman on your team, you're gonna succeed, man. So my daughter is just, she's amazing, man. I wanted to show her that there was more to life than just watching TV or watching cartoons. And at an early age, I wanted to teach her what it took to know who you are, to be in those environments, to see what I'm doing, to emulate what I'm doing, and to also see like my success. I wanted her to see that because I don't think a lot of kids are able to, or a lot of fathers are able to, I guess, take their kids to work and show them what they do and different things like that. And it was important for me to give my daughter the best tools. Like, I want to give her the best tools to succeed Relationship is everything. So bringing my daughters to those meetings, it was on purpose. I wanted to do it because I felt like shit, I could.
Yeah.
I got a big question. We got a question for it real quick. I got one. I don't want to ruin them with questions. But I got a question.
Yeah.
If you can look at the camera and look at any kid that went back when you were struggling, if you can look at anybody right now that wants to not struggle, could you tell them advice, baby? Because I know your knowledge is power, and power is right here, baby. Go ahead and let them know some advice if you can.
Yeah, look. So I'll say this, right? There's this book called The Four Agreements that I read.
I've heard of that one.
It's a very powerful. One of those things it says is, do not assume. Don't take anything personal. Do your best, and make sure your words are impeccable. So, and what I mean by that is, bro, like, people gonna hate on you. They're gonna doubt you, whether you're in poverty or not. Like, you know, fuck them. Like, honestly, like I believe in the blank page. You write your own destiny. If you want something bad enough, you channel your energy and you work for it. You know, you don't take no for it. Whether you went to school, you didn't go to school, it doesn't matter. You know, we have the internet now. Google that shit. YouTube that shit. There's a lot of information out there. Just, you know, my thought process, don't let anybody limit your dreams. If you got a dream, the worst thing that can happen, my guy, is it just, fuck, you failed. But it's not failing, it's a lesson. Because a lot of people cannot dare to dream and execute like you are. So to me, you're a champion. So whatever you might be going through, you know, if life is a bitch, you know, forget it, man. You know,
I flip a doctor. Come here, bitch.
I still want to talk.
Yeah,
We
you
love
right.
that. We love that. Hey, man, like, we don't gotta need that, like, you know, that, like, get your girlfriend right. Like, hey, get your shit together. Oh, I'm sorry, mom. I'll stay on the right
And people
track.
remember, basically what he's telling you is his dream ain't my dream. But he can surround himself with people that can understand his dream. They don't gotta have the drive for his dream. They don't gotta have it, but they're gonna understand it. They're gonna respect it. And if they're gonna help him push for it, he got some real people with him. Oh yeah, if you ain't with it, you can go on and get it. Always remember that saying. If you ain't with it, you can go on and get it. I'm just saying.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you again, man. This dude right here, it's been a fucking blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We're gonna. I gotta know. Like, so with these politicians and like other big names, like I kind of talked about it like a little bit before, but I watched you when you were coming in as a dispensary owner, and when you were in your hardest to the grindstone, right? You weren't really fucking with pot, like you weren't smoking it all the time because you needed to focus. And then you talked about like, you know, explain like what, or, you know, do you see a lot of these dispensary owners or like big CEOs or like governors or even, are they behind it more because as business strictly, or are they like potheads and love the stuff so much they want to share it with everybody, or is it pretty even? Like, what's it like at the height, at the peaks, not the consumers, you know? Yeah.
So what he's basically asking people is, he wants to know, because he ain't in that spot. He wants to know, when you walk in that spot, and you see all these owners and all these people that are willing to work with you, are they in it for the weed like you are? Or are they in it for the money? What are they in it for? What's their background relation with you? So when they meet you and you're presenting this stuff, and then you finally collaborate with them, are they people like you? Do they smoke? Are they cool with it? Like, or are they just about the money? Like, we love the business, we want to put our money into it, but I don't want to touch that shit. Yeah. Go ahead and let us know the back door if you can.
I think, like, for me, a lot of politicians, when they advocate for marijuana legalization, what I've noticed is some of them a lot of them don't smoke it, and some of them do. And the ones that don't smoke it, I remember when I went to Massachusetts, there was one politician that was against weed. Then about 3 weeks later, he found out his son has been smoking weed, and he found out his son has been smoking weed, and he had a medical condition, and weed was the only only outlet that was really helping him. And he started sharing this story with me, and he was like, look, Cheryl, I support you and I support your mission, because once I found out like, you know, a lot of people don't believe in the power of the plant until it affects them on a personal level, or someone they know on a personal level. So a lot of politicians, when they legalize it, they have their families in mind, their friends in mind, and their people that they're serving in mind.
And again, people, what you want to take note from what he just said, it always goes back to relations. That conversation could have went far left if he met that man and was like, put the pressure on weed is this and this, said he probably came out like a gentleman, heard his opinion, he got his opinion, walked away. The dude hit him up 3 weeks later, man, you're right. And then gave him his reason to right. But because of that relation, because of the respect of a person, everything went smooth. Always remember, it's how you treat, how you talk, how you take off with what you got going on.
So you were going into that, and you were seeing these people like the politicians, like, but some of them either knew somebody or you know, had somebody that they were trying to help out. We'll wrap it up soon, so
yeah.
we can, but so I guess like, did you, and you saw it change people? What was it like to like be getting the licenses, and because we've talked before, and you had mentioned that some of these states had fewer licenses as opposed to like Oregon, where it has a shit ton of people who can go get them. When you're getting in and getting these licenses and stuff like that, is that like a monopoly game, or what is that like?
Yeah, I think like we go to limited license states where it's super hard to get licenses, right? So Massachusetts is a limited license that's they're giving out. So when we go there, it's more profitability, right? So we're passionate about the plant. We also know the business aspect of making sure that the business is successful. So we target limited license states so, you know, we can make money, honestly, right? But also service good people the medication that they need, because we believe in our brand and we believe in our mission.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
And I got one last question, y'all, because I have to ask, because this is for all the brown folks out there. I'm from Brazil. I was adopted when I was 15 months old, so I can relate me and him on a good level. But I have to ask.
Sit over here.
Hey, right? Hey, no. I have to ask though, being a minority, the very first, you're not the one of us, you are the first. Everybody else behind you. You done did it first. Everybody else behind you. What kind of pressure does that bring forth? What type of, how would you say, self-love, self-respect? What does that carry on with you? Because you got to carry that. I don't feel it. I ain't the first to shit. First came out of my mom, that was it.
Yeah.
Nobody else. What is it like for you to carry that type of burden or good, whatever it may be? Explain to the people what it's like to be one of the very first. To go after it, do it.
Yeah. I think being authentic with myself, like I don't feel pressured. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just like, you know, we see a lot of business owners that don't look like us a lot of time, and if they do, they're just stuck up. So I'm just trying to show the realness, like, bro, like I still sweep my shop. I still, you know, nobody on my team is above me. Like, I can't do my job without them. So humility is big for me. Like, you know, I still wake up, wear the same socks. Y'all, money is not the, you know, the end all to all. I think like it's about the relationship with the people that are next to you that are more that are more powerful, because, you know, once you go, you know, you're gone, right? Kobe Bryant just died, and you know, the amount of people he impacted is tremendous, right? So, you know, rest in peace, Kobe. And so, you know,
and
for
everybody
Gigi,
else on the helicopter.
yeah, Gigi, and everybody
I'm not
else
cool with
on
that.
the
Only
helicopter.
Kobe, I don't know who all the other people were,
everybody else on the helicopter.
Rest in peace to all of
rest
them.
in
His
peace.
daughters,
Absolutely.
all of them. They all have life.
So I'm honestly, y'all, it's just the relationship, the memories that I treasure. It's not, I don't chase money. I chase great collaboration. I chase
hands
like,
and meet the right folks.
you get what I'm saying? Hey, and money is good. Like, I need money. Don't get me wrong. Well, hey, look, but you know, just like, you know, just not selling myself. So I see a lot of people that sell themselves just to chase after money. But I don't know how they sleep. I can't sleep. Cause I'm like, I try to be real as fuck. You don't fuck with me, fuck you. Like, no disrespect, but disrespect. Like, I'm gonna be real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And people, and just if you guys did not know, this is not a question, this is just information. He went to I'm guessing a weed convention, right? Mm-hmm. He went to a weed convention, and that's how, I'm guessing he either met Tito or he met somebody, and then that's how it all kicked off, is he was just going around doing public speaking, doing certain things, and one investor saw him and was like, I like that. Or somebody saw him was like, I like that. And then boom. So don't be afraid to step up. Don't be afraid to speak on what you believe in. But please, if you want to speak on what you believe in, have some knowledge behind it. Have some facts behind it, as this man did.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, man, I appreciate both of y'all, man. I appreciate
we
you.
appreciate you. Appreciate you guys for coming today. You know, it was awesome. If you missed anything, if you don't know where we're at, we're sitting here, and this is just the end of the video. Guess what? Go back and watch it, and you can see everything that's just happened and hear about this whole cool story, man.
Yeah.
Elevate your life. Get some elevation in your life. Talk to this man. I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll put the social media link in the comments. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And next time, we'll catch you later.
I was like, man, I'm gonna get this.